Just to recap our top story, an emotional night in Calgary as the Blue Jackets and Flames celebrated the life of Johnny and Matthew Gaudreau, both teams wearing Johnny's number 13 during warm-ups. The Gaudreau family on hand, including Johnny's wife Meredith, as the ceremonial face-off was dropped. There's Guy Gaudreau with Rasmus Andersson. For more reaction, here's our Calgary Bureau Chief, Saddledome Valji. And Saddledome, obviously an emotional night for everybody involved. But, you know, you and I were talking off camera, you know, the Flames really did an excellent job paying tribute to Johnny and Matthew. Take us inside the arena. What was it like at the Saddledome, especially during that opening face-off?
Yeah, Jay, I think it was an atmosphere of love and support. Fans over here have waited a really long time to show the Gaudreau family just how much they mean to the city of Calgary and just how big an impact their son had on this community. And one thing that stood out to me was that in the tribute video, it was a lot of Johnny Gaudreau in the community. It was him at the Stampede. It was him signing his first contract. There were a lot of cheers. Meredith got a huge ovation. Obviously, Guy and Jane. And the city really has come together. And the Saddledome here, you know, you saw strangers embracing one another. It was emotional. It was a really subdued environment in the Flames locker room after the game. But it really was an environment here of love and support. And the Gaudreaus are still at the Saddledome right now, just a few feet behind me. And they're still here. So that goes to show, you know, it really was mutual love between this family and the city. And finally, Flames fans got to show Guy and Jane and Meredith and Johnny's kids and everyone just how much Johnny was loved here in Calgary.
And then, you know, you mentioned a somber mood in the Flames dressing room after the game, and that is obviously understandable. You had a chance to speak to some of the players, Saddledome. You know, how were they after this was all said and done? Because, you know, as we pointed out, this is just a tough day for players on both of these hockey teams.
Yeah, you know, the environment was a little less celebratory than you'd expect for a win. You know, the post-game music wasn't as loud. Rasmus Andersson, you could tell that he was still feeling the emotions of it. And other players, you know, they weren't celebrating like this was a win that kind of ended a losing streak. I almost felt a sense of relief in the Flames locker room. And one player we haven't mentioned, Jay, is Sean Monahan, and how challenging it must have been to come back to the Saddledome. And he was very emotional before the game. And really, I think Guy Gaudreau's presence here the past couple of days really calmed things down. All the players basically said that he was so positive. Johnny's father was chirping them on the ice. He was cracking jokes. And I think that really kind of helped put this game into perspective for Monahan and his Blue Jackets teammates, as well as the Flames players that are in this as well. But the post-game mood, Jay, it was certainly somber, and I think the players are relieved in a sense that something really terrible and challenging that they have had to go through, you know, they were able to get through this game, and they've all said that, you know what, they're going to keep Johnny Gaudreau's memory and legacy alive in all sorts of ways. And you saw the latest example of that here at the Saddledome tonight.
Such a terrific job by the Flames organization on Tuesday. And proceeds from the Flames 50-50. This is wonderful, and it's in honor of Johnny and Matthew Gaudreau. Those proceeds will be directed to Mothers Against Drunk Driving Canada and Kids Sport Calgary. And the Calgary Flames Foundation will donate over $13,000 to the Calgary Food Bank in Johnny and Matthew's honor. So just terrific work all around by the Flames organization, and terrific work by you too, Saddledome. Thanks so much for this.